Hello everybody, my name is Ryan and this is lesson 29 of learning JavaScript. In this lesson we'll be learning about the built-in history object, which is actually a sub-object of the window object. So the history object keeps track of your browser history. So let's surf to a few websites. I'm going to go to spamcop.net and I'm going to go to w3schools.com. And let me go then back to lesson 29. Okay, so I've established a little bit of a history now. Let's go now to my JavaScript file. And I'm going to display the length property. That's the only property actually that exists within the history object. The full way of writing this would be window.history.length, because history is a sub-object of the window object. But we can leave out the window object, seeing that the window object is the grandparent of all the other objects in the browser. So let's see what this says. 22. So I have 22 sites in my history. Now this history is not necessarily going to correspond to your all-time history. This may only correspond to the history for the current session of your browser. Okay, so I'm going to now show you the methods that we can use. There are three methods. There's history.forward, which will take you one forward in your history. That obviously won't do anything for me now. So I'll have to use history.back. History.back should take me one back in my browser history. So that takes me to W3Schools. Instead of history.back, we could also use history.go and a number inside the brackets. If it's 0, it will refresh the current page. If it's a negative number, it will take you that number of sites back in your history. So let's try -2. That should take me back 2 sites in my history. So there we go, back to spamcop. A positive number would go that number of sites forward in your history, but it's very seldom that you would want to go forward. Most of the time you want to go back. And then even so, people have already got a back and a forward button on their browser, so the chances of you needing to use this is very slim. And so that ends our lesson in looking at the history object.